I'm from Colorado, and I have never made a Colorado soap. So that is the backstory behind today's bar. That's it. But before we get into the creation of today's bar, hi, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You're here for another round of 365 days of soap. And today we are making a soap to represent my home state, which is Colorado. Yeah. And yeah, I grew up in Colorado. I love everything about, where I grew up. It's a very beautiful state, over 300 days of sunshine every year, lots of snow, lots of cold, lots of outdoor activities to be had. And I find myself really missing it during this time of the year because this is usually when, all the big celebrations and everything are going on where I grew up. And I realized as I was reminiscing that I haven't actually ever made a Colorado soap. So I thought we should rectify that. And so that's what you're getting today. This is a first time pour for me. I have never done this design. And you're gonna be along for the very first soapy ride with all of it. So let's go see if I manage to make a C with a sun in the thing and that. Let's go. Okay, so in the comments below, right, you need to tell me your favorite Colorado song, or a song about Colorado, or a song containing something that is found in Colorado, because there are a lot, and it's a very interesting discussion to have. And my favorites are Closer by the Chainsmokers, but that's, whatever. And there is a Zac Brown Band song as well that I really, really love. And obviously, you have John Denver and Rocky Mountain High and all that, whatever. It's awesome. Anyway, lots and lots of songs about Colorado. Why am I talking about Colorado? Because I'm making a Colorado soap right now. And this process right here of the making of the C inside the Colorado flag is tedious and painful. And even with the high-speed thing that I did with it, it's still tedious and painful to watch. So what I did with this is I made the internal, like, yellow circle, right? It's a smaller circle, right? Smaller diameter. And then I put that into a larger pipe and went ahead and poured the red soap around it. So we had like a circle within a circle. And now what I'm doing is I'm just shaving off the bits on one side to turn it into a C with your red C on the outside and your yellow, sun center of the C in the middle. So it looks like the Colorado flag, and that's awesome. And it is awesome, but it's tedious. Like, I sped this up to 400 times, and it is still painful to do. And look at all the mess. I don't like mess. I make soap for a living. Did you know I don't like mess? Yeah, not so much with mess. But, it's reasonably okay now, and I'm going to clean it off and show it to you. And yeah, that's not too bad. Ship it. We're going to use that thing. Now, we will be embedding this awesome C for Colorado in the middle of a soap that is, blue in the bottom, white in the middle, and then blue on the top, like the Colorado flag. Now, the scent that we are putting in this is a sparkling citrus snowdrift, right? So you have the notes of the mandarin and the orange in there, as well as some really like cold, fresh notes, because Colorado always smells cold. Even when it's 90 degrees outside, it still smells cold. It's such a cool place. I grew up in Colorado, in case you haven't figured that out. Yeah, I'm not just a random like, oh, I wish Colorado was, you know, something I could do. No, I grew up there. I lived there for the first 20 plus years of my life and moved to LA for a couple years, and now we're here in the Pacific Northwest. And yeah, it's my home. I grew up in a small town in Colorado, and I have definite Colorado pride and know all of the random facts and trivia and all the fun stuff about my home state, and have visited probably definitely every little teeny tiny town in the whole state. I cannot say that about the Pacific Northwest. I cannot say that about Washington right now. I have been here for a few years, and I haven't had time to go out and explore the beauty and, you know, majesty that is Washington State. And there is definitely a lot of it. It's very similar to Colorado in a lot of ways. The people are awesome and friendly and very outdoorsy. The outdoors are beautiful and awesome and always something cool to do. You're just essentially swapping snow for rain, and I'm actually okay with that because I'm tired of snow. I spent too long in my life scraping, you know, windshields really, and I'm all good. I don't have to do that up here, so it's nice. All right, now that we have got the batter all emulsified and ready to go, we are going to separate about 20 ounces of the blue. See, here's the thing with the Colorado flag, right? So you have the blue portion on either side of the white, and the C in the middle of the flag, it actually hits the blue on the top and the bottom, right? So it's not completely like encased in the white, right? So I am playing with this because I've never made this bar before. I'm playing with measurements right now to see how much blue I need versus how much white, to make sure that the C, you know, is represented within the blue portions and not just completely covered in the white. So I'm rolling with 20 ounces for both the bottom blue and the top blue, and yeah, we'll see what we got with this. Now I am going to continue mixing this because I do want it to be reasonably thick before I pour it into the mold, because I want it to be, you know, firm enough to hold up this big C, and it's a pretty heavy C. I mean, we're adding an extra, you know, 7 or 8 ounces to the batch just by, you know, nature of putting it into the thing there. So I want the bottom layer to be set up enough to put the C on top of it, and it won't just sink right to the bottom. Now for the pour, this is firmed up reasonably well, and I'm going to put it into the mold and let that set up for a little bit while I prepare my white as well as my, you know, second round of blue. And then yeah, we're gonna pour everything in and do the thing. Now for the oils for this recipe, this is a good 60-40 split of hard oils to soft, and there is coconut and palm in this guy, more coconut than palm, and that is for the extra bubbles, because I know that I have some sudsers that live in Colorado and they have issues with hard water, and so I like to make soaps for them that have a really good lather in hot water, cold water, hard water, soft water, all that jazz. So this has more coconut oil than palm, so it's going to be, it's still going to be a very firm bar, but it'll take a little bit longer to cure up than what I'm used to because less palm than I usually use. And for the liquid oils, it has argan and olive and hempseed, because it's funny, you know, hempseed, hemp, hot, Colorado, Washington, we both have legal, whatever. It's funny, whatever. Anyway, the kaolin clay is going to go into all 3 sections. You saw me put it into the blue, and it did actually muddy the blue a little bit, and I'm kind of disappointed with that because I don't want that blue to be too grayed out, right? The Colorado blue is a very distinct blue, and I really do want that represented in the bar. So I'm hoping that I can get this through gel and C-pop it, and that blue will become, you know, nice and beautiful and vibrant again. But, you know, time will tell. So the white here is going to be put on the blue after I put in the C, and there's my guy. There's my Colorado C. And is it firm? It's okay. Okay, we'll see. And so in the Colorado flag, the C itself, it's not like all the way to the left-hand side of the flag, right? It's about, I don't know, 20% in, 30% inset. And so I'm trying to accomplish that with a narrow soap. So I'm essentially just putting it, about 1/4 of an inch in to the mold, and from the left-hand side. And so, you know, you have a bunch of the blank space on the other side. We'll see how it goes. We really will. And because I have this gap that I had carved out with the C, I really do want to work that soap batter and that white batter in to make sure it gets into, you know, the cracks and crevices that exist in the, in the C, really. And also, I noticed that I already put too much white down. And again, because I want that C to touch and be within the blue on top as well as the blue on the bottom, I am going to have to scrape some of this out of the mold before we pour the blue part, because, you know, I want it to be accurate. With some bars, it's just kind of do my thing and figure it out as I go. And with this one, I mean, it's a very precise design, right? Like, and I want it to be right, because it's Colorado, people. Like, how could you? It's Colorado. Did you know that I love Colorado very much? Yeah, it's a thing. Anyway, the rest of the kaolin clay, which was dispersed in water, and the scent is going to go into the remainder of the blue. And we are then going to pour that over the top of the white. And it all looks great. Everything about this pour has been delightful, and that is because I'm making Colorado soap. We should have done a little like running tally how many times I say Colorado in this, because I say it a lot. It's a Colorado soap. I'm done. Anyway, yep, so we are going to go ahead and pour it over the top. Now, the consistency for all of this has been delightful, because you know how I hate overly thick soap. I really do. I don't like the soap that you have to like glop into the mold. It's not fun for me. But you do need a reasonable weight soap for this. So it needs to be just past like a medium trace if you are going to measure things by trace. And the reason for that is obviously the blue layer underneath needs to support that rather heavy embed. And then the white layer obviously needs to support the blue layer on top, but it needs to not be so thick that it's not going to sort of, you know, flow into the kind of, you know, the crevice that we created within the C. And yeah, this bar has accomplished all of that. It's just the perfect consistency for this pour, which is great. Now, I had a little bit of white left over that I scraped out, and I thought I would use it on the top, because Colorado, I don't know if you know this, it has over 300 sunshiny days a year. Even, you know, in the dead of winter when it's snowing and cold and miserable, over 300 days of sun. It's amazing. And so the top of the bar should look like the sky, the very blue, bright, beautiful sky with nice wispy white clouds and everything that is, you know, awesome in the world that exists in Colorado, which is, you know, blue skies, and they're great. So this guy is ready to go, and we are going to put him in the oven, and we are going to C-pop him, so force him through gel phase, because I really want those blues to brighten up a bit. And we will cut it in the morning and see if my, you know, C moved, and yeah, what we're working with. Oh, you're so pretty. Okay, so it is on to the cut. This has cured up overnight, and it is still reasonably soft. We can totally, you know, mess with the edges and clean anything up as we need to. But as far as everything else, like, the blue looks great. It's very beautiful. We've got some rough edges that we need to cut off on both sides, but that's okay because we need to show the C pattern. And yeah, it's lovely. I'm excited to cut into this one. I love new soaps, like love, love, love new soaps, because it's the first time I'm making it, and so it's like Christmas. It's like a kid on Christmas morning. I can't wait to open the presents and see what's inside. And yeah, that's me with the soaps. Now this is going to be a hand cut for me because the embed inside I actually made out of glycerin. I made out of melt and pour soaps, and I don't really think my cutter can handle the size of that embed, because the wire cutters don't do super great with melt and pour in general, but really not with, you know, an embed that size in such a soft soap. So we're going to use just a regular knife for this, and that means I get to bring out my handy dandy tape measure and, you know, measure them all out. And I have to count twice apparently, because counting's hard for some people. Now, this bar, I just feel like I should just not talk, not say words. So let's see. That's not too bad. That's not bad. All right, the C there on the top of the C, it's like too much red, right? So it looks like the yellow kind of wobbled during the while it was firming up, and that's kind of sad. But you know, it works. It works. That's awesome. That is so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love that. Now for this, so I did 20 ounces for the blues on each side, right at the top and the bottom, and you know, kind of whatever for the white in the middle. And yeah, that's not bad. And I'm thinking that I should use less white for the next go around, so the top of the C is sort of more in the blue. What do you think? Do you think that makes sense? Oh, that is so cute. Oh my gosh. This is making me like, I don't know. Now I want to schedule a trip to Colorado. That would be, I haven't been back in a really long time. Oh my gosh. That is so awesome. Oh, it's so pretty. That's exciting. Now the scent of this soap is really, really great. Like I said, I did the citrus, and then I did some really good like outdoorsy notes, like kind of cool, cold notes. And it's great. It's perfect. I don't exactly know why I went with citrus, because that's not something that's like super common in, you know, Colorado. But oh, that's perfect. Look at that. That one is so good. I love that. But I don't know. It's sparkling citrus. It's awesome, and I like it. So the scent, I think, really speaks to Colorado really well, and I don't know why. I can't explain why. I mean, if I had the, you know, the nerve, I would actually make a soap smell like green chili or something, because that's for me what says Colorado. But you know, who wants a soap with something that smells like green chili? And that bar was beautiful. So it looks like I need to do some work with my embed to make sure that it doesn't sort of rotate during while it's firming up. But yeah, all in all, this is a really cool bar. This was super fun to make, and it looks beautiful, and like any, you know, Coloradan that sees that would totally go, yeah, that is some Colorado fan soap. So I think overall that is just a win. That is so excellent. I might trim some more out of the middle now that I look at it a little bit next time. But yeah, no, for now that is the Colorado soap, and it's awesome. Look at that, Colorado, which I have said 47 times. Should you want a final count? And there you have it, the Colorado soap. I actually really dig this bar. It's very cool. The blue is quite blue. The C with the sun in the middle. I did make some changes for the next batches that I made, and I sort of streamlined the C process, because like the cutting out, it ended up taking a really long time, and that's not the most fun for me. But the bar, the end result, it's definitely fun. The scent's great. I love the citrus mixed with like the outdoorsy, like snowdrift type, you know, experience. That works, and I really even enjoy like the little bit of white on top of the blue, because snow, or also wispy white clouds in the middle of a beautiful blue Colorado sky. And yeah, all in all, I would say it's a pretty successful pour. I'm very happy with it. I hope you're happy with it. You know, especially if you're from Colorado. If you're not, then you have no frame of reference, really. But yeah, that's it for me today on the channel, and thank you so much for being a part of it. If you're interested in the Colorado soap, yeah, you can get them on the website. It's available for a limited time. I don't know how limited it's going to be, but eventually I will not make it anymore. And if you're interested in following me on social media, you can do the things. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And if you are here, again, you're interested in something, and maybe that's more soapy antics, so you should subscribe to the channel, because I do this every day. There's 365 days of soapy antics, and I teach you things, and I talk about different pores and ways that you can break rules, or what happens when you break the wrong ones, and it's all just a fun scientific journey at this point. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.